Hack Baker, the album,
Yes,
World's End FM, all words that go together very well. How does it feel now that this is finally on the horizon?
Good. It feels like end of a small chapter, and on to the next one. Really, been wanting to put out an album for time, but just didn't really feel like it was the right time due to the consequences of what's happening in the world and whatnot. I feel like it's the right time now. So yeah, very very happy. I get to, after this comes out, I get to be a kid again and just make fun music. Do you know what I mean?
What makes this the right time in your life for an album? You've released projects before, you had a great mixtape, you've had a couple of excellent EPs and singles. What makes this right time for you personally to embark on an album as a project?
Because I guess I'm kind of ready to take responsibility for putting something out. Before I used to say like I don't, I'm not a role model, I'm not this, I'm not, I still don't think so, but like I guess I'm ready to really stand by my words now and reap the consequences no matter what it is. I feel like I'm a better person and I still have me tilts, but I just feel like it's the right time and it's the right time where the people want to hear something that they feel collectively related to. I feel like most people that are, normal are going through like the same kind of things. Can't afford this, can't afford that. It's sober out there. You look in your phone, you're greeted by death and doom. So people need a reason to smile. So hopefully, one thing if they can put a little, a cute smile on their face.
I think the reason the fans relate so intensely to your music is the honesty that's in there. There's absolutely no barrier, it feels like there's no filter, like it's just absolutely pure and true to you. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you've had to work towards to define? Is that something you feel that's just inherent in you? This is the way you approach art?
Yeah, maybe back in the day, like when I used to want to try and be as wicked as I could. I don't really care anymore. So once I started penning music alongside the guitar, I just felt like, the guitar's quite a delicate instrument, so I might as well match it with delicate words. So I don't really need to lie. There's enough of people lying and feeding falsities to the public already, so why would I want to join that crew? This is how I like. It's for me as much as for anybody else, it's catharsis, so I have to tell the truth, no matter what, even if it offends people, I just have to tell people how I feel. Generally think most working class people who generally I sing towards are going through the same things that I am, so
yeah,
it becomes easy.
I feel like at your shows there's this incredible unity and there's people from all different backgrounds, whether there's people who ordinarily might like rap come down and watch you, people who ordinarily might be in a punk lane come down and watch you. You don't quite sit in any single lane other than your own. That feeling of unity, do you think that's been there right from the start of these early shows? You look at your audience sometimes and think, where do these people come from?
Yeah, 100%, but that's just how we've grown up anyway. We've grown up with a massive tone of unity anyway on the Isle of Dogs, and that's what we are. We're proud of that, you know what I mean? So again, just reflecting my past and where I've come from, unity is key. Divide and conquer is how people are fooled, and so I'm not interested in that. I just feel like if something's going to change, it needs to happen whilst we're together. Do you know what I mean? So why not try and push that message?
Yeah, the Isle of Dogs is such an iconic East London area. It almost stands for that area or the city as a whole. I think from the outside, sometimes people look at the headlines and what they see is like poverty and division and violence. But from your music, there's this incredible beauty alongside the starkness of reality as well. I mean, do you feel like there's just a great necessity towards what you're doing in order to put forward the beauty of what everyday life can be?
Yeah, of course. We could spend our time complaining about how terrible things are, but we could also spend our time realising how good things are, and that comes in with meeting with people and finding small things to be. It's all about small wins, isn't it? Like big wins, you're like, yeah, I've done this, and you can't wait to tell people about it. It's like an ego-driven thing, but when it's small wins, it's something you share with people, like over a pint. Cheers, mate. Give them a cuddle. Oh, I did this the other day. Oh, well done, mate. Yeah, cheers. Want a drink? Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Dan Carey is a real potent collaborator in your life. He's a key figure on the record as well. What makes him and you, is that Hack and Dan partnership so vital, do you think? Is it a chemistry thing? Is it a background thing? What is it that makes the two of you spark so wildly in the studio?
I guess it's definitely a chemistry thing, He's like, when I found out that he was old school collaborating with like King Tubby back in the day in Jamaica and things like that, I was just like, oh, well, I'm in with this geezer already. Knows what I'm talking about. I'm of Jamaican heritage. I like dub music. And he came in on the project to do telephones, and we've made a couple of other tunes together. But he's a man in need. So I felt like just his small input here is just lining up to the time when he has time, so we can make something huge and collaborative together. So it's just opening the door ajar really, so we can come up and do whatever we're going to do next with each other. I'm just grateful that I've managed to meet the geezer. Like going there, he's like an old face, it's like an old young man. He's like, I wouldn't like to guess his age, but like he's got the life of a 17-year-old. I've seen him in festivals, I've seen him in mosh pits, I've seen him in crowds of people, and really enjoy. He loves music. He plays the guitar like a madman. So it's nice to get some of his energy and his outlet. I wish I could make music till I'm older like him. Very, very big inspiration. Great man, good to talk to. Studios in his family home, it just shows you how you can really do it. Do you know what I mean? With all his kids, his daughter helps out in the studio and things like that. Man's a legend.
Yeah. The single Windrush Baby has got out. It's really beautiful. I think it's made a real impact. You can see if you perhaps have done it, when you look on YouTube and you can see the comments underneath and the way that people vibe to that song.
Yeah.
It's a very intimate level. And was it cathartic to you to put something like that out?
Yeah, definitely. And as I get older, I'll become more synonymous to my mother's behaviour, and I thought that would never happen. I used to think she was an alien. But as I get older, I realise I see the similarities in our behaviour, and I think it was just time to explore that a bit more. So we talk more, me and my mum in the past few years, and it's just an important subject to see. I can look at my mum, I can look at my gran, I can look at my dad, and see small elements of me and see how I came to be, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to go on and say, I know everything about Windrush, but I know what that situation done for me. It created me, because my mum's from Jamaica, my dad's from Grenada. They would have never met otherwise, So that's a joyous thing. It's not a bad thing. Obviously what happened with the empire and stuff like that, my publicist pointed out today that I did an essay and someone wrote under it, well, your mum wasn't invited here so she can go back if she wants. It's exactly what we're talking about, do you know what I mean? They was invited here and was promised gilded gold roads. Instead we was returned with broken down small occupied homes, so, and whatever else you want to add to the tally. So as I said, it's not all nightmares, because I'm it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And things like community and resistance, and there's such important facets of the song and of that experience. And I love the live clip you did of you all in the pub with friends and loved ones.
Yeah, but yeah, that was great. My mum came down, and it just teaches you. I saw my mum struggle. As I said, my mum worked 2 jobs just to make sure everything was alright. She was adamant that we wasn't going to be poor, and even though we was class poor, I didn't have loads of things that other people had, in school and stuff. But I never felt away, because I can see my mum working really hard. I can see my dad trying to come down every fortnight to spend time with me. Difficult, but things happen. But from that, I got the strength that I need to go out there and travel those streets and find the connections that I have made for a lifetime. My friends are friends that I've had since I've been 10, 11, 12. I make new friends, but I'm very cautious about them, because me and my friends are 2 decades deep. All colours, all races. So I can only thank Windrush for that art of going out and discovering. Because yeah.
You've always had the sense of an artist who operates with a certain sense of abandon, throwing yourself into projects. You've worked independently, you've chosen your own path. What is it about making the album, do you think, that you've learned about yourself as a person, as an artist, that you hadn't learned before? What makes this time different, do you think?
The topics and stuff, they're just a bit more grander, with the same messages, but they're just a bit more grander. The songs are a bit more bigger. And I got to a place where I thought, oh, blimey, when I spoke about drinking pints in every song, of how do I make this sound a bit fresh or whatever and that, and I realised, again, it's a word that's been used a lot, my resilience, and how I can keep creating differently. And when I want to tell myself I want to get to a new level, we will get to a new level, because that's what I have to do to keep relevant and to keep pushing our message and keep the working class people's dream alive. That's what I represent. So the album showed me that I can get to new levels of songwriting and making music.
Yeah.
So it's like an accomplishment for myself.
Yeah, more power to you, man. It speaks volumes for itself.
Thank you.
And you've got the Bricks in the Wall project, and I do want to end by talking about live. You will be playing live as part of this event. That feeling of people being at a gig is a really powerful one, and that can change your life, really, in the right moment. Have you had people give you feedback on this? Is this something that's lasting in people's lives, that they've come away and
man,
put stuff into action? And what's it like for you to hear things like that?
I mean, because like in COVID, just before COVID started, we were supposed to tour Babylon. We didn't get to tour it. Do you know what I mean? So after all that malarkey, we chucked on the bricks and the wall thing, and the Bricks and More tour. It was just going around to pubs and enjoying each other, but it was in quite small venues. And that was just like kind of igniting the ember again. And I feel like now we're coming into more of a flame, and hopefully at the end of the year we'll be dealing with an inferno. So that's all. I can only hope, and I'll just take whatever gives. I'm not greedy. I'll have whatever the people want to give me. I'll be grateful regardless. At least I get to sing my truths, and I get to see wonderful people sing it back to me. I can't really ask for any more than that. I can go home and sleep. I'll be okay after just like putting my stuff out and seeing it be received, no matter how small and no matter how big. As long as I can make my parents and my friends and where I come from proud, then I'm good.